Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard weekly update. My name is James and I'll be going through the more useful or interesting cards shown throughout the past 7 days. We finally have a bunch of GBT 11 cards to go through, but first I'll go through the remaining Fighters Collection 2017 cards. The first one is Fang Dragon King Fist Dryger for Nova Grappler. It has Auto Vanguard Circle Generation Break 8, Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand all of your rear guards, and until the end of turn, they get Auto Rearguard Circle once per turn. When this unit rests, stand this unit. And for each of your rear guards, this unit gains plus 5,000 power until the end of the battle. This is great for activating rush abilities, especially with the power gain, giving Vanguard a better chance of getting that hit for standing more units. This card is what you'd expect from Nova Grappler, but that is a good thing as this is a very strong multi-attack card. Flower Princess of Sincerity Lindros Premier for Neonectar has Auto Vanguard Circle Generation Break 8. Choose 3 normal units from your drop zone and return them to the deck. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your units, search your deck for up to 3 cards with the same card name as that unit, call them to separate rearguard circle until the end of turn. For each called unit, the units called with this effect gain plus 10,000 power, and shuffle your deck. Not only will your new units most likely gain 30,000 power, but they also get their bloom abilities to go off, equaling insane levels of power by the end of it. Blue Vortex Martial Dragon Last Twister Dragon is for Aquaforce. It has Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, Generation Break 8, Counterblast 1. Until the end of turn, this unit gets Auto Vanguard Circle waves 2/4 time. When your rear guard attacks until the end of the battle, that unit gets power plus 5,000, and at the end of the battle, look at the 4 cards from the top of your deck, call 1 card to the rear guard circle with the unit that attacked. If the called unit has the wave ability, that unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. Shuffle your deck. This seems like a generally weaker version of Nova Grappler's card, but you can have more potential as the cards you gain from the top of the deck could have more multi-attack potential, but it is a gamble. Lastly for Fighters Collection, we have Unfading Ship Immortal Galleon. It has Auto Generation Break 8. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, choose up to 5 cards from your drop zone, call them to separate rearguard circle. They gain plus 10,000 power until the end of turn, and at the end of the turn, retire the units called with this effect. A fairly simple skill, but still very good. The retire at the end doesn't hurt much either, as it's likely that a lot of your cards will be hollowed anyway. Onto the GBT 11 cards, we have been shown Ammon, Seal Dragon, and Genesis Witch support. Ammon's Eye Agaris is a new grade 3 for Ammon. His first skill is Auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, or at the beginning of your ride phase, choose up to 2 of your units with Ammon in the card name, and they gain plus 1,000 for each card in your soul until the end of turn. As it's the beginning of your ride phase, you can activate this unit's skill and then stride, still leaving your rear guards with the power. His second skill is the on-stride skill of Auto Vanguard Circle Counterblast 1. When your G unit with Ammon in its original card name strides during your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, soul charge the same number of cards as the number of cards in your soul. Now this becomes ideal with Serpent Charmer, being able to keep your soul at 26, which is a lot of help with Ammon's Talon, Marcosius, to give your rear guards even more power. Or the new Ammon stride in this set, which I'll talk about right now. It is Ammon's Red Eye Fornius, and his ability is Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, Counterblast 1, and choose one of your rear guards and put it into your soul. Your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards, retires it, and this unit gains plus 5,000 for every 5 cards in your soul until the end of turn. If the number of cards in your soul is 20 or more, choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them, and then if you have a heart card with Ammon in its card name, this unit gets critical plus 1 until the end of turn. So with the simple trick with Agaris, you can easily get this unit to 51,000 power, retire 3 units, and give 2 units plus 13,000 power, which is very good. The best thing is, this unit is a double R and Agaris is only a single R, so they'll be pretty easy to get, which is what Ammon decks really need, because the original Ammon cards can be extremely hard to get. For Seal Dragons, we get a single R stride, Hell Deity Seal Dragon, Granite Cross. He has Continuous Vanguard Circle, all of your opponent's units cannot intercept, and Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If you have a heart card with Seal Dragon in its card name, retire all of your opponent's grade 2 rear guards, Then your opponent chooses a grade 2 from his or her hand and calls it to rearguard circle. If he or she does not call, you draw a card. So most of the time this won't be used, as you want to keep grade 2s on your opponent's field, but just in case they're getting a little too annoying for you, this works well. If you're going against this, be sure not to call units to the back row, as he has a grade 2 that can harm you for doing so. And that grade 2 is Seal Dragon Grouse, who has the ability Continuous Rearguard Circle. If you have a Vanguard with Seal Dragon in its card name, all of your opponent's units in the same column as this unit cannot move, meaning your units cannot intercept and cannot move up and down the column. So your grade 2 in the back row will be staying there. He also has Auto Rearguard Circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Seal Dragon in its card name, this unit gets plus 2000 power until the end of turn. So it's a pretty nice grade 2 to have in Seal Dragon deck. I'm sure most people will be using it because it messes with your opponent and you just get the general 11k attacker, which is always a nice thing to have. Seal Dragons also get a new grade 3 with Seal Dragon CS Sucker. He has Auto Counterblast 1 with Seal Dragon in its card name. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or grade 2 rearguards and retire it. Your opponent searches his or her deck for up to one grade 2 card, calls it to Rearguard Circle and shuffles their deck. If they have called a card, you draw a card and countercharge one and soul charge one. Then he also has Continuous Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle, Generation Break 1. During your turn, for each of your opponent's grade 2 units, this unit gets plus 3000 power. This is a bit of an awkward card, as getting the grade 2 out is always good for Seal Dragons, but giving your opponent the choice hurts. And allowing them to get any grade 2 they want from their deck can hurt you in the long run. The good thing about both of these skills is they work on Rearguard Circles as well as Vanguard Circle, so you'll be able to at least get some strong attacks in. For Genesis Witches, we have the grade 3 Holy Star Witch Anise. She can Legion with Starlight Witch Star. Then she has Auto Vanguard Circle once per turn, Counterblast 1. When your card with Witch in its card name is put into the drop zone from Soul, you may pay the cost. If you do, call that card to Rearguard Circle. And if this unit is in Legion, draw a card. This is a really good skill just for one Counterblast. To be able to draw one and call a new unit just helps so much in nearly all situations. Her second skill allows you to Soul Blast to activate the first skill. Her second skill is Auto Vanguard Circle Soul Blast 3. When your unit with Witch in its card name is placed on Rearguard Circle during the turn that this unit is in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge one and soul charge one. So depending on how big your soul is, you can keep this loop going on for quite a while. Hopefully until you have a full field. This seems like a really good setup card before you use Mint or Clove, and will keep you alive until you get there thanks to the draw ability. If you use Secret Elsie's Quintet Wall ability, you can call units and draw cards even on your opponent's turn. Her Legion mate, Starlight's Witch Star, has the ability of Auto Counterblast 1. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, Soul Charge 2. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Witch in its card name, choose up to 2 of your other units. Those units and this unit get plus 2000 power until the end of turn. This isn't anything too exciting, but it does help you build up the soul for later in the game, and the skills go off even if you call this unit to Vanguard Circle through searching for your Legion mate. The 2000 power will most likely help if you don't have any boosters at the time, but apart from that, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Witches get a new stride like the other two subclasses. Their stride, Witch Queen of Congratulations, Nasturtium. Her skill is Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, Counterblast 1. If you have a heart card with Witch in its card name, choose up to 2 of your units with Witch in their card names. Until the end of turn, they get plus 5000 power, and Auto Rearguard Circle when this unit attacks, Soul Charge 1. And if you have 2 or more heart cards, this unit gets plus 10,000 power and plus 1 critical. This is pretty great considering you can use it as your first stride, though it doesn't soul charge as much as people would probably like. This, with the soul charging abilities of your cards already on the field, will allow these cards to soul charge enough without decking out. Lastly, we have Fruit of Wisdom Witch Roybos, a Quintet Wall. Her Quintet Wall skill requires you to counterblast a Witch card, but apart from that, the rest of the skill is pretty much the same. Her second skill is Auto Choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this card is put onto the drop zone from your soul, if you have a Vanguard with Witch in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, put this card into your hand and soul charge 2. I really like how easy this is to get into your hand, and with Genesis, getting Sentinels in the soul is a big problem. That's all the cards I'll go through this week, but there is one last thing to cover, and that is the keyword Domination for Nubatama. We finally have the rules on how it works. I will be using Domination I found on the Vanguard wiki. Domination allows a player to treat their opponent's units as if they were their own, preventing the opponent from using that unit while allowing the player to attack, but not intercept or boost with that unit. As well as allowing the player to use its abilities, while the ability is active, the player with the Domination keyword will treat the unit as if he or she were the master of that unit. The unit under this effect is treated as dominated state, and the master is treated as the dominating player. The former master of that unit is referred to as the original master. The unit in dominated state is not treated by its original master as his or her rearguard. If the legion mate is in dominated state, so is the legion. If the dominated unit has automatic abilities, the dominated will play that ability. If the dominated unit gets locked or deleted, it is no longer dominated. If a unit is dominated, its zone is referred to from now as the dominated player's point of view. If it's on the left column of the original master, it's now on the right column of the dominating player. When a circle changes masters, it is considered to be in neither player's front nor back row. If a dominated unit moves due to the card effect, if it moves to a non-circle zone, it moves to the area of the owner of that card. If it moves to a circle, the master of that circle and the owner of that card are different. The move will not be carried out. The dominated unit cannot boost nor intercept. If a dominated Vanguard is attacking, the drive check is done by placing the top card from the dominating player's deck to the dominating player's trigger zone. You cannot call a ride on a dominated unit if the circle's master is different from its owner. So there is a lot of rules for this keyword, and a lot of hype as well. This will first be appearing in G Trial Deck 13, so look out for that if you're interested in trying out this keyword. That is all for this week. Be sure to leave a like if you like this video, and be sure to leave a comment if you have any questions or you just want to give your opinions on these cards. Be sure to check out next week when I'll be going through the cards shown throughout the next 7 days, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!